Alright, Chris. I am ready.
Joy,
What nation are we playing?
whatever you're playing.
Well, I can play anybody. So,
Yeah,
what
I
nation are
know.
you most
Whatever,
interested in?
whatever you want to play doesn't bother me.
Alright, well, let me at least add you on here since I don't think my friends list carries over from War Thunder. What are you called?
I guess I gotta select a nation anyways.
Chris, what are you called?
Hang on. I never actually got in past
It's the same as your
changing
War
thing.
Thunder name.
Honestly, wish I could change the name since it's my old Xbox gamer tag.
Eins?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, let me make sure I spell this right.
I sent it to you. But yeah, really rather annoying that I can't change it.
You can change it.
Where?
On their website.
Bet. I'll be doing that later then.
Alright, I sent you a friend request. You'll find it in the bottom right by the three people.
Nothing yet.
I hope I sent it to the right version of you.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
I mean, it's spelled right.
Was there multiple ones that popped up?
No, I invited that one
There
to
you
a
go.
group though. So okay, but
Yes.
make sure you actually accept the friend request at some point. It should be down in that bottom right area with the the furthest right thing under start. Regardless,
Are
do
we
you not
not?
have any
Yes.
preference for what nation you play?
There we go. I sent you a friend invite to. Oh, cool. Since you had already sent me one, then okay, that works out. So what are we playing?
Well,
We're gonna select. I don't know.
yeah, okay. So do you not have any preference?
Not really.
All right. I'm just gonna give you like a really rough brief like what each nation is, and then just pick whichever one you're most interested in. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
going from left to right at the top, you've got Russia, America, Germany, Japan. Um, Germany probably has the most diverse gameplay because they fight on the most battlefields, with America being a close second and Russia being third. Japan is really like mono battlefield because they only fight in the Pacific, and right now the Pacific is mostly Guadalcanal. So the Russians have, at low BR, they have very good submachine guns and assault weapons, and that carries on through their whole tech tree. The machine guns start off kind of shit, but they become really good later on. But their submachine guns and their assault rifles are 10 out of 10 bang on from the beginning all the way through to the end. The rifles are pretty average. And their planes are somewhat specialized. Their fighters are very specialized into being fighters, and their attack planes can kind of flex into being anti-air, but they're mostly dedicated cast platforms. And then their tanks, at low BR, most of their tanks, in my opinion, are kind of shit. But the T50 you can get pretty early on, and it shines, and it's basically like a proto T34. But once you get to the T34-85, you pretty much have met the standard for the rest of the game, and the T34-85 can pretty much deal with anything that it runs into. Moving on to Germany. Germany plays better in the mid-range game than Russia does. Russia tends to play better at short range, where Germany just has platforms that perform better in the mid-range. Their rifles are pretty average across the board. This is going to be true of every nation. I don't think the rifle tree is particularly exciting for anybody. Um, yeah, I don't know. Russia and Germany at the end of their rifle line get the FG-42 and the AVS and the AVT, which are basically automatic rifles. They're pretty decent. You need to build stability perks into your soldiers for them, though. But Germany's tanks across the board, from low BR to high BR, are excellent. The short 75 howitzer is phenomenal for dealing with infantry. The 50 mil guns are pretty good at dealing with tanks, and once you get into BR 4 and 5, you start getting access to Panthers and Tiger 2s. And right now, the Tiger 2H is the single most powerful tank in the game, bar nothing. And across the board, Germany has access to very good man-portable anti-tank weapons. Their fighters are fairly specialized, but some of them can flex into a casserole, and most of their cast planes are fairly specialized, but a few of them can flex into the fighter role. Really where they shine are their armor and their mid-range assault rifles, and their machine guns across the board are pretty good, but they're usually heavier machine guns, and they prefer a more defensive, more sedentary playstyle. With America's tanks are abundantly average. They have a few that shine, like the Grant and the Lee are pretty heavy for their BR, but by and large American tanks are extremely mediocre. But they have the best planes in the game. They have a lot of fighters that can perform the cast role and be fighters, and they have a lot of cast planes that can both be cast planes and be fighters. And because of that, it means that you can, if you've got like a premium lineup where you've got like extra squad slots, you can put on multiple planes and you can be absolutely devastating with them. Their rifles are, I would say, actually above average, but that's because the M1 Garand, you get a BR3, and I think it outperforms every other semi-auto in the game. You can make an argument for some of them, but like the Gewehr, I think is a little bit inaccurate, but it does well in close quarters. The Czech rifle, like the ZH or whatever, it's pretty good, but it's got kind of shit sights. The SVTs are fine, I guess, but I just prefer the M1 Garand. And you can get a grenade launcher M1 Garand, and nobody else has access to semi-auto rifle grenades. So the Americans have both the M1 Carbine and the M1 Garand with rifle grenades, which is just something different that they have. That being said, their anti-tank weapons are dog shit. Their highest level bazooka is an M9, and it has 100 mils of pen at BR3, which for context, the Japanese can do that at BR2, and the Russians and the Germans both have Panzerfaust 60s at BR3 that have like 180 mils of pen. So, man-portable AT for America is really bad, but they make up for their inability to deal with armor on the ground by having superior aircraft. Their assault weapons are pretty good. Their top-tier rifle is more of a submachine gun than an automatic rifle because they've got the M2 carbine. And they get access to Thompsons, which are pretty awesome. Their light machine guns are actually phenomenal, but it's because across the board, their light machine guns are geared more towards assaulting. So you start off with like the Bren and the Vickers Berthier, which are basically the same thing, and then that graduates to all of the bars, and then eventually it moves up to the 1919 A3 or A4, which is a little bit more of a defensive, sedentary light machine gun, but it also has like no recoil, so, you know, it is what it is.
Guess we'll start out with America.
America? Okay.
What?
I'm disgusted.
Why?
I just don't really care for America these days. There's nothing wrong with them. They're fine. I just prefer Russia and Germany. But it's not an issue. We'll play whoever you want. I have pretty much every nation maxed out. So, now, going into the way that the matchmaker works in this, the matchmaker, now post-merge, is separated into BR 123 and 345. Okay? So, if you play anything in BR 1 and 2, you're going to see BR 1, BR 2, and BR 3. If you play BR 3, you can see either 1, 2, and 3, or 3, 4, and 5. And if you play 4 or 5... Huh?
Alright, we'll go Germany.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't care. I can play America.
I mean, see, like, I'm torn because I like some of the British, like, planes and armor. but at
Yeah,
the same time, I love a lot of the German guns.
yeah. So to be fair, the name America USA is kind of misleading. It's actually Western Allies in that it has American and British things, and I think there's like a French premium squad with the Moroccans. Um, so yeah, America or Germany, which one is it?
We can do Germany.
Okay. Um, so anyway, like I was starting to say before, the matchmaker is set up to be like 1, 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5, with 3 matchmaking either up or down. It's random. Um,
I'm surprised that they don't do it 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5.
yeah, you and everybody else.
Not really.
Yeah, it's a big point of contention that a lot of us would like to see change, but thus far has not changed. But in
That's fine.
theory, it's because of player numbers, but in practice, it's
Is it that bad?
no, not really. That's basically the reasoning that they give, but it's just not something that I agree with.
So,
Um,
just out of curiosity, I see like the premium stuff at the bottom. Is that broken up into um, where they sit on the tree is what rank they are? I'm guessing.
you should click on them individually because things don't always have the same BR as they do tier. So like if you click on them, you'll see like the picture for them, and then it'll say like the name, and then it'll say battle rating, and have a
Yeah, I
Roman
see.
numeral.
Okay, yes.
For the
That's where
most part, most things are set at their battle rating. However, the half tracks and the Russian paratroopers are not because you can change their primary weapons and it changes their BR.
they got the half track with the fucking rockets on the back.
Yeah.
I bet it's fucking awful, isn't it?
No, it's actually really good at killing infantry. It's pretty vulnerable, but it's actually very good at killing infantry.
That's cool.
It is cool. It is very cool.
I like seeing the half track with the rockets on the back, to be honest.
I'm gonna be a minute because I need to rearm some dudes.
Rearm?
Yeah, so I have 2 half-track squads that I run pretty frequently, and right now they're geared for BR5, and I want to swap their gears so that they're set for BR2. Because I don't want to drag you into BR5, because that would be rude.
Are you ready to have fun, Chris? Yeah! Let's have fun! One sim battle fucking later.
Look, all I'm saying is
No,
that
no, 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 just fucking no, Drew. Not this time.
look, all I'm saying is that
Ah!
BR5 isn't actually that bad.
No, you
There was a bug.
No, you shut your fucking. Damn it.
There was a bug for a little while where you could put on like a BR2 lineup and just end up in a BR5 game.
I think I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, it was not
Awful.
fun. I mean, it wasn't bad. Like I'm bitching about it, but it actually wasn't that bad. I'm pretty sure we won every game that we got stuck playing up like that. But like, ideally, that shouldn't happen. But, you know, I don't always get to live in an ideal world. What do you start with for your lineup?
Is it just these 3 here on the left?
Probably. You might have a
Infantry,
4th one.
recon, and tank.
Sorry, start from the top. You have a tank.
Infantry, recon, and tank.
Alright, so like a rifleman squad?
Yeah.
Okay. Open up your research.
Done.
Okay. Do you know what you want to go for first? Or what do you start with researched, actually?
The Gavara 3340 and the Car 98K with scope mount.
Okay. So you don't start with anything else?
Nope.
Alright. You have a couple of choices. In my opinion, what you should do first is get the MP28, because that'll get you the medic squad, and that's kind of like an assault squad. And then after you do that, then go down the rifle line.
How do I select that?
You just click on it, and then hit, like, start research or whatever.
Okay, never mind. It's already researching.
Okay, yeah,
so I have the Car 98 with the scope mount unlocked, and I just have to purchase it with silver.
Okay, do you have silver?
Yeah, you start with 20,000.
Alright, but you already have a recon squad on, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so you already have the squad. What that's offering you is to buy more rifles.
Okay.
Yeah, so stick with your...
lose rifles?
Huh?
Oh, I see. So one starts with the Car 98, and the other two have the Gavara.
Yeah, so we'll get into that in a second. I want to finish up with this screen first. So start by getting the MP28 so you get the medic squad. After you do that, then you're going to want to research the Car 98K, and then you're going to want to research the Carcano M41. And the reason why you're doing that is that the Carcano M41 comes with an engineer squad. Okay?
Yep.
And once you do that, then you can do whatever you want. But the engineers are really useful because they can build things on the battlefield, and eventually you're going to want to put engineers in your other squads, and you're not going to be able to buy the engineers until you unlock the engineer squad. Okay?
That's fair.
So...
Quick question.
Yeah.
Please tell me that M30 Luftwaffe drilling actually has the rifle round in it.
It doesn't. And I hate it.
Oh, god damn it. That was my favorite thing in Battlefield, dude.
Yeah. It's really disappointing. Like, the gun is cool, I just wish it also had the rifle round.
God, that was so fucking awesome. That makes me sad now.
Alright,
Continue.
so...
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So, if you click on, like, one of your squads, it should pop up and show you everybody that's in it. Yeah, okay. If you click on any of the dudes in the squad, that's where you'll see the loadout for that individual soldier. A lot of it's going to be locked for now, because you'll have to upgrade them, but as you upgrade them, you'll get more stuff that you can put on them. Also, you see above the first guy in the squad, it'll say, like, outfit, and then above there you've got some numbers.
Yes.
Okay, so the one on the left is the total capacity of the squad, and then the ones under the symbols are showing you the allowance for each type of soldier. So, as you upgrade your squads, you'll upgrade the total capacity of the squad, and the total size will be based on the type of squad, but then you'll also get upgrades that allow you to attach specialists. And so when you get specialists, you'll swap out your riflemen for specialists, basically.
I'm assuming specialists would be
Specialists are like engineers, AT soldiers, assaulters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because it says like I have like a special offer elite start, which I guess offers squad. I didn't know if those were
what's included in the elite starter?
The 148th Tank Brigade, the 7th Armored Division, the 1st San Marco Regiment, and the 2nd Infantry Division. I think it's one for each.
Yeah,
nation.
so I don't know how long you have that available. I wasn't sure if they were still running that, but back in the day, I picked that up.
2 days and 22 hours.
Okay. That's the single best bang for your buck of anything that you can pick up in this game. I didn't think they still had it, though. So basically, so to give you a little history lesson, we used to have campaigns, and the campaigns is so instead of having like one German tree, you had like Normandy, Tunisia, Moscow, right? And you had like three German tech trees, right? So in the old system, the elite starter, what it effectively did was give you one premium squad for each side in every campaign. And they're not like the best premium squads in the world, but it's just nice to have. And I think it also comes with some premium time.
30 days.
Yeah, so the biggest bang for your buck in this game, normally, withstanding that, is just premium time. Because premium time gets you more squad slots, it makes you research stuff faster, you get the idea. That being said, because that, at least when I got the Elite Starter, it's pretty heavily discounted. If you were going to get anything for this game, that's what I would get. Unless there's something that you really, really want, but normally I would say with this game, you should wait for sales. They're relatively frequent, and most of the stuff in this game is pretty expensive if it's not on sale. But the Elite Starter is probably the way to go if you're going to get something in this game.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway, you see at the top where it says upgrades in the top left?
Yes.
Alright, so
I saw this.
when you go in there, that's where you're going to upgrade your squads. You'll have your whole squad list on the left. The blue upgrades are for upgrading the squad itself. So those will be adding more soldiers to the squad, adding more specialists to the squad. Some squads it'll add capabilities, like an AT squad might gain the ability to build anti-tank guns, or a flamethrower squad might gain the ability to build amponettes. Then
Build what now?
basically think of like a mounted machine gun, except it launches Molotovs.
That was the thing?
Yes. Now, up at the top, one tab to the right will bring up your red upgrades, and the red upgrades are soldier upgrades, so this will be for a specific type of soldier. So if this is like the first assault squad that you get, then it'll be, say, Assaulter 2s. And so these upgrades will upgrade all Assaulter 2s, regardless of what squad they're put into. And so this will increase their maximum level, because there's like 1 to 5 for their level, and their highest level is influenced by having more of the stars unlocked in here. It's also where you'll unlock their pistol slot, and where you'll get the choice between a second primary or a backpack. And then the third slot is for equipment upgrades, and so on an infantry squad, this will be where you upgrade the guns. Now, you still have to upgrade each individual gun, but this is where you unlock the ability to upgrade your guns. And then likewise, if this was a tank squad or a plane squad, this is where you would upgrade your plane. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. You pretty much have seen everything that you need to. In the shop tab, in there under weaponry, that's where you can look at like various equipment. Soldiers for various soldiers. Don't bother with the silver tab, it's bait. The Battle Pass tab is for using gold orders. So gold orders come from events and they come from the Battle Pass, and you can use them to get various things. Vehicles that are fully upgraded and have like a unique camo, named soldiers, or guns that are just kind of unique and not otherwise available. The Battle Pass guns are the main highlight to this section, but it's not really something you have to worry about right now. Okay?
And these are based off of Nation as well.
So with that, if you're ready to go, then down in the bottom right, there should be a big red thing that says ready, and you want to click on that.
I'm not familiar with the MKB-42.
It's a prototype that predated the
STG?
Stern Gewehr. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, because it looked very like it.
Yep.
Although now I gotta see if the STG-44 is even in here.
It is. Research tree all the way at the end in the assault line.
I'm not surprised. Yeah. As long as it's in here.
Yep, we've got all the fun toys. Germany strong. For a while there, they were the most popular nation in the game after the merge, but their popularity has waned recently, and America's been making a big comeback.
Really?
Yep. What else? I like Russia. They're by
Yes.
far not the most popular nation right now. I remember a point in time where they were very popular, but the thing is, I think
Was
people
it so
sleep on them.
popular?
I think that they have some, like, tier for tier, I think they have some of the best weapons in the game. Like, the PPSH, or not the PPSH, the PPS, 42 and 43 are absolutely cracked. They're like BR2 submachine guns that honestly could be BR5, and it wouldn't make a difference. Alright, so we have a handful of different game modes in this game. This one, Confrontation, is kind of like War if you played the
And
old Call of
COD.
Duty games. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite
Basically,
game mode.
there's both sides are attacking and defending. The middle point, or like whichever point is highlighted, is the active point, but it can get pushed in either direction. The thing is, it doesn't go until one side loses all of their flags. You can run out of tickets, and so there are some ways that you can kind of game it. And sometimes it'll feel really bad because sometimes you'll sit there and you'll have captured like twice, 3 times as many zones as the other team has, but because they've just been holding out on their last point over and over again, and they've been dying less, your team will lose. So it's an interesting game mode, but it does have some like shitty mechanics to it. The normal game mode for this game, though, is like a simple attack and defense, where one side attacks and the other side defends.
Is there friendly fire?
Yes, but no. So there's no small arms friendly fire, except with flamethrowers and Molotovs and white phosphorus. It's not like War Thunder, where a plane's gonna drop a bomb on you and the friendly plane will kill you. So you don't have to worry about that. I probably should have talked to you about controls before, but you probably have a control for it by default, but you need to figure out what your control is for marking targets. Basically, it'll put down like it'll put down like a red triangle, or if you're looking at a tank, it'll pop up with a red tank icon. And that lets your teammates know that there's a threat there, but also it tells your AI to look in that direction. In addition to that, it would be wise for you to set up a button to switch between your squad mates quickly. Again, I'm sure that you have a button for it by default, but you should figure out what that button is. Because you can hold the button and you should be able to pull up a ring and choose between all of your different squad mates. So let's say you need an AT soldier and you're playing as the assault guy, then you can press that, pull out your AT guy, blow up the tank. Or likewise, if you're getting killed, you don't actually have to wait for it to take you to the you died screen. You can actually just tap the button and swap to your next guy, and not have to wait for it.
Yeah, as I see we got pushed back again. Or pushed back.
Yeah, so the next point hasn't unlocked yet, but when it does unlock, then we can either retake it or they can take it. You know, you get how it works. To be honest, in this game mode, you actually have an advantage if your team loses the first point and holds on the second point. Most of the time, in my experience, if we can hold this point continuously, we usually win the game. In my experience, if you attack in this game mode, you have to take the first 2 objectives, and if you can't take the first 2 objectives, then you get stuck in this cycle where your team just burns out on tickets. You know, I really want to like this, this Lottie Salaranta, and I have 2 of them that I run on this half-track squad, but to be honest, it has a lot of recoil. It's kind of like a finish bar.
A finish? Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's a battle pass weapon. Admittedly, it's not what I would recommend getting first in the battle pass weapons, but it's not terrible. Oh, I didn't see him. And I feel like we don't have a team.
I'm stuck playing a sniper right now.
That's fine. I don't, like, expect you to change the tide of the battle. What do you mean?
Like, for snipers?
Oh, probably a little, yeah, I think a little bit. It's not, like, crazy, though. You can pretty much aim at your target.
God damn! Got that motherfucker!
Hey, there you go.
Ooh. Ah, this one doesn't have a scope!
That's okay, they're gonna be coming to you pretty soon. So, something that's pretty important in this game, you don't have to worry about it yet, but something that's pretty important here is finding enemy spawn points and eliminating them. Because people can build spawn beacons. right? Like, engineers can build spawn beacons, or APCs and trucks act as mobile spawn points. And they can really speed up the rate in which the enemy can get reinforcements onto a point. And so it's important to eliminate those whenever possible.
Fair enough.
Problem is, we're also really on the back foot right now, so it's not like I can just go out and search for them and take them out. But if you see an area where the enemy are coming from en masse, like, they're spawning right there. Actually, I just watched them spawn. That place that just got bombed. But if you're aware of stuff like that, you can really impact the match. The same goes for actually building spawn points. As a rule of thumb, you ideally want to build your spawn points somewhere where the enemy doesn't have direct line of sight on it. Whether that's in a hole in the ground, because you can dig holes with shovels, behind something that's like rubble or a blown up tank or something. Or if it's going to be in the open, ideally you want to put some sandbags in front of it so they can't just shoot it. And your infantry then have a little bit of protection while they're spawning on it. But also, if you have mines, you can put mines down around it or on top of it, and then that'll slow down people that are trying to take out your spawn point. I don't think we're winning this one. Not at this rate. If we can retake this one and hold the next one, then we might be okay, but our team's not particularly good about actually being on the point.
I mean, I am with my assault squad, but...
Yeah, but one youth isn't enough. We need like a you and a me and an everybody else.
I didn't know what the melee button was, so I just point blanked him in the back.
Hey, there you go.
With a, Car 98.
Oh, and bayonets are absolutely better at meleeing people than non-bayonets. I think they have a spawn point on the opposite side of the building.
Damn it! I tried my best. I really did. I was killing him on the point with a sniper rifle, Drew.
Good job.
Oh, there's a tank camping. Like, there's a tank sitting, like, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
It's dead.
They have a tank over here
Where?
by us. Yeah, like I said, I don't think we're coming back from this one.
Tank eliminated.
I don't know if they still have it, but they had a T-28 out in the courtyard before, so beware of that.
Hey, I'll take it. Not as many as you, but you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I have like full-size squads. That was literally your first battle, so. Um, was that enough for you to research anything?
No, I'm like right there to finishing the MP28.
Okay, that's fine.
What's Battle of the Hero rewards?
They're like medals. Basically, just say that you did something good. Oh, and make sure you're ready up.
So, I'm assuming you don't completely unlock everything, do you?
What do you
In the
mean?
trees.
Like
Or like,
in the upgrade trees or in the research tree?
upgrades tree.
Yeah, so in your blue section, when you pick specialists, it's an either or. Um, and in the red upgrades, when you choose between backpacks and second primaries, that's an either or choice. But everything else you get.
And what about the weapons? Like, I don't have, like, the Moss 36 or anything, so it's like I just don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, you don't have it yet. In the future.
So, I guess... Oh, okay, I see. So... I can unlock that for an extra 25 XP. Increases the maximum squad size, I guess. Which then just gives me another soldier. I'll do that for that squad right now. I'm slow, I'm sorry.
Nah, take your time. Still gotta familiarize yourself with everything.
Minus the fact, running in and just getting blown up by people who are like at rank 3.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot I can do to stop that.
No, not your fault.
Maybe you get lucky and they're just not there.
I hit ready.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I pulled out the little tank, took out a tank myself, and then proceeded to blow up everything on the second floor of that building.
Hey, there you go.
Which felt nice.
Yeah, now wait until you get a tank with a real gun. I'm surprised we're
I
seeing
mean,
this
hey,
many
man.
Russians. I feel like
I was
most of my
pew, pew,
matches
pewing.
lately have been against the Americans.
I was just pewing away, man. What can I say? So what happens if you run ammo with a tank? I'm assuming you have to fall back to a resupply point.
Yeah, there's a resupply point. It'll look like a gray circle with some vertical bullets.
Kind of like what the resupply point Battlefield was. Battlefield 1.
Yeah. As far as soldiers, though, engineers build resupply points for soldiers. Then, round 2. Hopefully we don't get clapped this time.
This motherfucker behind me got a goddamn flamethrower.
Yeah, so the flamethrowers are all BR3 now.
Man, my goose is fucking cooked, man.
They're flamethrower tanks, though. I think they're
I'm not
like
surprised.
BR1 or 2. The Russian one and the German ones are both premiums from back when Stalingrad Access was a thing. But the Americans get a flamethrower steward as part of the tech tree.
Damn it.
Yeah, feel like this is gonna be a repeat of last time.
I mean, I was on the point. I tried to take out the troops in that one thing.
There's just so many Russians in here.
How many tanks can you actually have on in a match? Like out in the field at the same time?
2 at a time. They have a truck out back. There was like an endless tide of Russians in there. Like, I kept shooting and I kept just hitting people. I didn't even need to aim. There were that many. They're just pouring into that hallway. And now they're pouring out of the building.
Truck's taken care of.
I'm having flashbacks to last match.
Already?
Yeah. They almost have the first point already. We're not even putting up a fight. Like I said, it's not a you thing, it's... They're just pouring people onto the point and we aren't.
Yeah, one fucking explosive took my tank out.
Yeah, so something that you're gonna find is that you have to be very careful of infantry because you can put those throwable TNT packs on everybody. And they're like timed packs. They're not like C4 or anything like that with a plunger. They do also have those, but those don't go in your grenade slot. Those go in your mine slot. But you can put these throwable TNT packs on basically everybody, so every rifleman is effectively an AT soldier. So, it's not wrong to push with a tank, it's just you have to be very conscious of your surroundings, and it's situational. Like, there are times when pushing with a tank can mean the difference between victory and defeat, because you can, like, cut off the enemy and stop them from reinforcing an area, but there are lots of instances where you'd be better served playing further back and shooting at things, because your gun is really what you're there for.
Hey, I just headshot a bitch trying to throw an explosive at. I think he got you, didn't he?
No, I'm good.
Hey, I saved you. Yay, go me.
Yeah, go you.
I'm helping.
They also tried to bomb me.
Dude, I feel proud of myself. Like, he went to go fucking hit you or throw it, and I just fucking domed his ass.
It's amazing because normally infantry are notoriously bad about actually supporting tanks. Well, that's probably my death. Alright.
Was it your death?
It was, but it's okay, I have another tank. Admittedly, I should be running the Stalingrad Panzer III instead of the Tunisia Panzer III, but this one looks cool. And this one's got side skirts. But the Stalingrad Panzer III has heat.
Got a tank.
I don't know if I can pin that. I wonder if I can just pop him with an HE shell. Guess not. Alright, we bomb. If I'd had the other Panzer III, I could have killed that guy. That's the problem with the short 75. It's not very good at taking out other armor, but it's very good at dealing with infantry.
I have him spotted for you.
Roger. Man, I wish we would get the Stuka in DCS.
Okay, that was an invisible wall. Nice to know.
I'd probably do like one more drop with the Stuka and then come back to being on the ground. I really like the environment for Stalingrad. I think it's one of the map sets that they've done really well. I think it's really atmospheric with the propaganda speakers and whatnot. Also, a lot of the map is actually based on real locations, which I like.
Oh, you can throw grenades back?
Yeah.
Shit, that would have been nice to know.
I mean, it's not something that I would bet on, but it's something that can be done. Then we should count ourselves extremely lucky that Stubbs is not here, because Stubbs would be, like, screaming at this point.
I'm not surprised.
I don't think he would be wrong either. Like, it sometimes gets a little bit annoying, but, he wouldn't be wrong. Like, I can't move.
Back up there?
I cannot move 2 inches without a Russian crawling up my ass. I guess it's just that time of, I don't know, the year, where all the people start playing Russia again. It's honestly really rare for me to get into matches these days against Russia, so I kind of appreciate that I'm at least able to fight them, but like, that was brutal.
Really was. I mean, I'll still take, 28 kills.
Yeah. So, you finished researching your thing then, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
Alright, so I got a new squad.
Yeah, okay, so, you see in the
I
bottom...
drag and drop.
Yeah, you see in the bottom left, there's like 3, like, people with a number next to it.
Is that on the main screen?
Yeah, it's on the main screen.
You know where the friend thing is?
No, I'm opposite that. It's on the left side.
Oh, there, yeah.
So you click that,
That opens
that's...
it up.
Yeah, that's where you edit your lineup.
Okay.
And it's literally just drag and drop. And there's a thing for filtering in the top right.
Oh, okay, so I can have, I guess... Okay.
Yeah, so by default, full free to play, like no premium time, no extra squad slots. You should have 4 slots, 3 of them are infantry slots, and 1 of them is a vehicle slot.
Correct. Yep, and then I start research on the Car 98 Kriegs model.
Do you already have the Car 98K?
With a scope mount?
No, like the normal Car 98K.
Yes.
Okay, then can you start on the Carcano M41?
Yes?
Okay, that's the one you want. The Kriegs model is just a different variant of the Car 98. It's the late war, like, desperate measures variant. Think like plywood with a rifle put into it.
That's kind of bad.
Yeah, its stats reflect that. It's one of the Volkssturm weapons. But yeah, getting the Carcano will give you your first engineer squad.
Alright, I hit ready.
Okay.
Honestly, this is a lot of fun, although some of the premium stuff looks cool and kind of makes me want to spend money that I don't have. But then I also gotta want to get DCS stuff, and now, like, I'm conflicted. You suck. Are we here again?
Yeah, we are. Look, alright. At least if we would get, like, a different map, like, maybe go fight in Moscow? Like, I don't know. Because basically, the map sets are tied to different BRs. So, 1, 2, and 3 can see Moscow and Stalingrad, and then 3, 4, and 5 can see Stalingrad and Berlin. This is for the Russians. For the Germans, you can see Moscow, Tunisia, Normandy, Stalingrad, Berlin, and the Ardennes. But the other half
bud,
of the
they got a
maps are against
flamethrower tank, I think.
the Americans. Do we?
I gotta remember to change the volume. I can't hear shit.
Something Russians crawling up my ass again. I bet. I mean, I haven't been paying attention to, like, the scoreboard, but I bet that we've been playing against the same people and queuing into them every time.
Probably.
This game does actually get to be a riot when we actually have a full squad. There's some fun shit that we can do. Like combining like half tracks and tanks, or syncing up paratroopers, that sort of thing. Man, one grenadier against the entire Red Army. Alright, this time we're going to make a stand here and we're actually going to hold them. Right?
I'm hoping.
The other two times, they were just warm-up runs, which was but a setback.
God damn it. Somebody join the Discord channel at some point, by the way?
No, I think I DC'd and reconnected.
Ah.
And my fucking turret rotation's out.
You just die.
Yeah, like I said, I lost my turret rotation on the first time I got hit. I couldn't actually see the guy, and I couldn't get a spot on him, so I was trying to like pull forward to actually shoot him. This is not my proudest moment.
Der Feind will den Kontrollpunkt einnehmen.
Oh look, we have a little convoy. Oh ho ho. Actually, you probably can't see me out of there, can you?
No. I'm assuming you just blew up the convoy.
No, I was talking about me and you. I'm in a half track. And I spawned in at the same time as you. There's dudes to our left.
Der Feind hat begonnen, den Kontrollpunkt.
Blap 'em, Chris.
Reloading. I beat the shit out of that truck though.
Hell yeah.
Now, what good does tank do here? Really nothing I can do.
If you weren't in that tank, you might be able to splash some of these guys with HE. If our team is putting up more of a fight, then we might be able to get you in a position in the courtyard to stop them from getting to the objective. But, yes, you are largely correct. Your options are very limited right now. If you can get around the building and you can stop them from coming across the courtyard, though, that would help.
No, anti-tank rifle, just gonna blap, I'm dead.
Unfortunate.
To be expected.
Also true.
Yo, just saw that plane fucking clip like a pro.
They have their own truck out front on the right. I was trying to deal with it, but my Panzer Buko wasn't really enough for that sort of thing.
Dude, what kind of game doesn't let you start with a fucking pistol either? God damn.
The same one that makes pistols cost as much as rifles.
So fucking stupid.
You can pick them up for like 500 silver. Which admittedly isn't a ton, but the other pistols are more expensive. How is that still alive? I swear I threw a
What, the truck?
TNT thing at it. Yeah, the truck. The one that I spotted. I swear I must have landed it right on top of that.
Artiglieria, aprite il fuoco sulla piazza!
So, the anti-tank rifle just took out my fucking commander in a shot.
Yeah, your guys are modeled inside of it like they would be in War Thunder.
Just aggravating. Like, the second I spawned, he was just sitting on the fucking roof waiting.
Yeah, you're also in a Panzer too, so you're
No
kind of
armor.
thin. I'm still just impressed that we
rough.
ended up in Stalingrad 3 times back to back. It's the sort of thing that I normally expect out of, like, Normandy.
Killed 5 enemies using a pistol. What pistol?
You can get well, you can't equip them, but you can get pistols.
Fuck off.
You can also re-roll those.
Do you earn the premium currency for just doing battle? No. What the heck? What was that? Oh, never mind. It's increasing the cost I would need to spend. That makes sense. Alright, so invasion means we gotta go destroy the 88s over here now. In front of us.
We're attacking. This is the normal attack and defend game mode. This
I'm
is also
assuming-
Tunisia.
We gotta go attack the artillery position first,
Maybe.
by the looks of it.
I think we're attacking a house. This first objective here is usually the roughest part here, so if we make it through here, then we should be alright, but I've seen lots of teams get bogged down on this objective.
Ci serve l'assistenza dell'artiglieria! Ricevuto, ordine confermato!
We have the building, we just need to defend it now.
Oh shit, this is another fucking. Oh, hold on, what? We got out of the tank? Why does it keep telling me to. Oh, because my fucking button's in the wrong spot.
Unsere Gruppe hat
How do I get into it?
Get into what?
Oh, the tank. There we go.
Oh, something you should know, you can send a single guy out from your tank. I think it's J by default.
Gut gemacht, Männer. Greifen wir die nächste Position an.
I disable the turret ring on whatever tank that is.
The Grant,
Yeah.
good job.
Except I can't pin it.
I really wish German half-tracks weren't so fucking slow. You know, they recently buffed the reload speed on these OBPs, and it actually feels a lot better. You know, I stole an American Thompson, and they have an ammo box up here on the top floor, and I've just been resupplying it. I need more people in here.
Trying to get to the bay as best as I can. Damn it. Oh. So I tried, Drew. I tried my bestest. Just for you.
It's fine. Like
I
I
had
said,
about a
I
pretty
need bodies
good,
on this point, so to be honest, you're more valuable to me as a human than as a tank.
What, even keeping a bunch of them off the point?
Well, it's like me and one other, like, grenadier just chilling on the point. I haven't seen any of our other teammates come in here. I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, I helped you get it just, you know, by keeping them with bodies not on it.
Yeah. No, I get what you're doing. It's the other, what, 8, 9 people on the team that I'm wondering where they're all at.
Ausgezeichnet. Weiter zum nächsten Kontrollpunkt.
Man, this Thompson's honestly been a godsend. See, you foolish Tommies, this is what happens when you give the Wehrmacht your own equipment.
Yeah, they got a fucking tank looking at that.
Fuck. I made it into the bunker and was trying to switch to my pistol and I just didn't do it in time.
Darn, I killed the guy who killed you.
Kontrollpunkt ein.
Yo! That disorientation. Holy shit.
What, were you next to me when I shot?
Yeah, it was. I was using it to help me push up. Hey, tank on your left, tank on your left.
I got the commander.
Damn it. Oh, that was still my sniper unit. Holy shit.
Amazing. The Universal Carrier honestly could have killed me if they just turned that voice towards me. Like, the side armor on this tank is kind of pathetic.
Oh man, I got stuck in a trench.
Yeah, tanks in this game have a very difficult time crossing holes in the ground. It is highly advised that you do not attempt to cross any trenches or any deep holes.
Well, shit.
You might be able to, like, back up or wiggle your way out, but you probably have to abandon ship.
Damn it. That fucking sucks. Damn, Drew, what happened?
I came around a corner and there was some dude already sitting there with a grenade in his hand. I was very much so not prepared for that.
Unsere Jungs erobern die Position.
God, I hate the AI so much. The AI are completely fucking useless until you get into melee range with them, and then they just instantly will automatically punch you.
Was that you in the Stuco?
No. I'm up.
Damn.
Never mind. I'm a human minesweeper.
Nur noch eine Position übrig. Druck aufrechterhalten.
Scheiße. Now that dude was fucking old school. I'm pretty sure I saw some of them Lawrence of Arabia looking motherfuckers. They're an old event squad. They're kinda cool though. They have a Matilda. How unusual.
It's dead now.
Building's clear.
Unsere Position.
They're coming into the building again, though. I can never decide whether or not I actually like the Armaguerra. For a BR2 semi-auto, I actually think it's pretty good. But, as a rifle itself, I think it's kind of mid. But it is only BR2, so.
Unsere Jungs erobern die Position.
I think the real issue with it is that it only has, like, 6 rounds in it.
Wir haben die feindliche Verteidigung durchbrochen.
Look at that, Chris. We actually won a battle.
Yay! Fucking Mr. 95 kills.
Yep.
Because I have a big strong tank that I'm saw you just fucking laying waste to everything with.
I suppose that did happen. For a little while,
What do
at
you mean
least.
you think you did happen? So how do you check your Oh, I see. And what's Elite Battle Pass give you? Like, I'm seeing these, like, weird weapon upgrade orders.
Okay, so the Battle Pass, if you finish it, actually pays for itself. So as long as you know that you're going to play enough to complete the Battle Pass, it's worth its gold investment, because over the course of completing it, it refunds the gold that you put into it. But basically you get more silver, you get upgrade orders, you get appearance orders, you get gold orders for various Battle Pass shop stuff. It's basically just extra stuff on top of what you normally already would get. That being said, if I had to choose between that Elite Starter and getting the Battle Pass, I would get that Elite Starter.
Oh, well, this shit ends in 2 days. I hit ready, by the way.
Okay. How's your research coming?
Slow.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I know you're not.
I think I might swap things around on my lineup next battle. Hey look, we're attacking again. Today's a good day. You can tell because we get to attack, and I very much so prefer to attack than to defend. They're all over the second floor in there, but the first floor was mostly clear.
They had an anti-tank gun. Damn it. We traded. I hit the fucking Panzerfaust. I do good, Drew?
Yep.
I do good? I held them off. That's a fucking Crusader.
I suppose now's a good time. There's a conversation that we should have about your progression in this game.
Okay.
The silver economy in-game right now, even if you have premium, is really bad, okay? Like, since the
Okay.
merge, the silver economy is really, really bad. What this means is that you're going to unlock things. And you're going to need to decide whether or not you actually want to equip your troops with those things or not. Okay?
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, if you look at rifles, right? Everybody uses rifles. Unless you're a machine gunner or an assaulter, everybody uses rifles. Which means that 90% of your army is probably going to need some form of rifle. So in practice, what you probably want to do is give everybody in your army a Kar 98, and then you probably want to sit on your Kar 98 until you get to, like, BR4.
Okay.
Because you could give everybody Armagueras, and that's a fair upgrade. You could actually choose right now not to spend the silver to give everybody a Kar 98 and give everybody an Armaguera. That's another route you could go. But, like, this is a choice you're going to have to make, because realistically, you're not going to have the silver to go and give everybody Kar 98s, and then swap them out for Armagueras, and then swap them out for Gewehr 41s, and then swap them out for Gewehr 43s, and so on and so forth. And I'm just using rifles as an example, but this is kind of for, like, the whole tech tree. While you're progressing the tech tree, you're going to have to pick and choose, like, which weapons you want to invest in, because everything below BR3 is, you know, relatively cheap, but once you get to BR3, everything becomes more expensive, and it stays more expensive. So, getting, like a Kar 98 is going to run you, like, 500 silver. Getting an Armaguera is probably going to be closer to like 1,500, and then I think they cap. I need to look because it's been a minute since I've actually picked up new weapons, but I think they cap at 3K. But the point is, at a certain point, you need to decide which weapons you're going to actually invest in and which ones you're not going to. Because otherwise, you might end up wasting a lot of silver, and it might stop you from getting other things that you care about. Because unlike pre-merge, where you just got, like, vehicles when you researched them, nowadays you actually have to spend the silver to get the squad after you unlock it.
Alright.
And vehicle squads are expensive. When we get back to the hangar, I can actually look at my tech tree, and I can give you better examples. But, like, the Kar 98 is a pretty good rifle, so that's probably what I would base things around. And because of the BR that it comes at, it should be relatively cheap to give everybody. Alternatively, you could just keep everybody with Gewehr 98s, and you're not really suffering for it. And you could save even more silver just by doing that. But I would put a priority on getting either tanks or planes, whichever you prefer, and I would put a priority on getting submachine guns. And, like, AT weapons.
That looks like an early Sherman.
They do have Shermans at BR3.
Yeah, which says I'm at a very, very big disadvantage.
I don't actually think Shermans are that impressive.
Against this little shit paper box, it is.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Also, I don't think those are Shermans, I'm pretty sure those are Stuarts. We really need to hurry up and take this point.
They have two tanks in the back that
I'm gonna try to bomb one of them.
One's injured. Or the only one that's still alive is injured.
Can you spot either of them?
They're dead.
Oh.
Unless more spawn.
That was a pretty good bomb.
Dude, seriously, I couldn't pin a PAC 40 or whatever the fuck that was with that little shit thing? Wow. That's bad. Dude, we really gotta take that fucking point.
Yeah, I know. To be honest, a lot of the points in this map are kind of a pain in the ass, especially if the other team tries to fortify them.
They can't reset progress on them?
No. We just need to clear them off of it and get enough of our guys onto it that we finish taking it.
Unsere Kräfte nehmen den Kontrollpunkt ein. Unsere Leute erobern die Position.
To be honest, I don't think the next objective is going to be any easier to take. It actually might be harder. We at least have decent cover here.
Unsere Jungs erobern die Position. Der Kontrollpunkt ist unser. Auf zum nächsten.
Yeah, wait until you see the next point. So, Chris, what do you think of this objective? myself over here.
Tank.
I'll get it on my next pass. Is it still alive down there?
No.
Okay.
But all I have is a fucking knife. And I'm dead.
Are you telling me you need more than a knife?
With that much open fucking cover, yes. Because that's all that fucking objective is open fucking cover.
Yep. Like I said, I think this objective's gonna be a lot worse to take than the previous one.
There's no way we're winning this.
No, I doubt it. Only 4 that time, huh?
Bomb on that mark. Red mark back of their objective.
I'm rearming. It's gonna be a little while. Oh, I think somebody's finally decided to kill me. Oh well. One more thing. I highly advise that you stay out of BR3 until you have a full BR3 lineup.
Alright.
Like, going into BR3, at that point you start rolling the dice and you can start seeing BR5. So, like, I would stay out of BR3 until you have a lineup that you're comfortable playing at BR5.
God, this objective was awful.
Yeah, it's just as bad coming from the other side. Oh, that went well.
Soldati, colpite tutti gli obiettivi! Avanti! Sto chiamando l'artiglieria! Ricevuto, fuoco! Unsere Gruppe hat begonnen, einen Kontrollpunkt zu erobern.
Oh, this half track's probably destroyed, isn't it? Damn.
Wir haben die Hälfte der feindlichen Positionen bereits erobert.
Wow, we actually got it.
Apparently. Don't ask me how. Ow. The half track is experiencing great pain.
Wir haben zu viele Verluste erlitten. Diesen Kampf
Well, we took like half the objectives. That's something.
Which is surprising.
But yeah, going back to what I was discussing earlier, if you look at something like the normal Kar 98K, it's only like 500 silver. But the BR2 weapons are 1500 silver, and everything in BR3, 4, and 5 is 3000 silver. So it kind of incentivizes you to stick with the BR1 weapons wherever possible, unless there's something that you really want to use. So then when you get to like BR4 or whatever, you can pick up better stuff. Although that's not universally true for BRs. I guess the MP38 and MP40, because they're tier 3 weapons, even though they're BR2 weapons, still cost the full 3000. But all of that is to say, plan accordingly.
Alright, well, I maxed out my tank tree, and I have 3 into the red.
Good job.
And I maxed out my sniper tree, and I gave it. So, I don't know if I did it right, but I gave him 1 radio operator and an assaulter.
Okay. Yeah, you
Which
can
I don't know what
add whatever you prefer.
I don't know what radio operator does, to be honest, but
They call an artillery. They're more valuable in a dedicated signal squad because they get a cooldown bonus on their call-ins, but they're fine. They call artillery strikes.
It's not bad to have one in sniper or a recon kit, I'm assuming, because you can sit back and just call it in.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
assuming.
much. As far as soldier types go, I think the most valuable are probably your assaulters, followed up by your machine gunners and your AT soldiers and your, like, flamethrower soldiers. But flame troopers don't go into other squads, so assaulters and machine gunners and AT soldiers and engineers are very important. You want to try to put at least 1 engineer in every squad. You don't have to put 1 in every squad, but you should try to put 1 in just about every squad.
So is it bad that my recon unit's not gonna have a...
As long as your other squads have it, you should be fine. But think about it this way, right? If you're a sniper squad, and let's say that you're actually playing like a true sniper squad, you're being a bush Wookiee, sitting in West Bubblefuck, picking off dudes. The engineer can build spawn points, so you can respawn out there if you get killed, and, you can put up flanking spawn points or whatever for your teammates. But on top of that, when you run out of ammo, he can build you ammo boxes, so you don't actually run out of ammo.
Damn, so that's what the engineer does. I thought that was the assaulter, because it had, we're not assaulter, hang on. Yeah, I thought that's what the assaulter did, because it had the, I'm so used to seeing, like, the box with ammo in it, like, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, assaulters assault. That's about all they do.
Well, damn. Oh, well.
Like I said, it's not something that I would worry about. You don't need to have 1 on every single squad, but it's beneficial to have 1 on just about every squad. So, like, a single engineer is probably your highest priority specialist, but engineers in general, like putting multiple on, is not really high priority. Having assaulters and machine gunners and AT soldiers, though, those are pretty high priority after you get your engineer, because AT soldiers are really good at killing tanks, and assaulters and machine gunners are really good at killing people. And then after that, I think snipers and radio operators are kind of low tier. They don't really offer you a whole lot. Like, radio operators are good in a dedicated radio squad, and a single squad with 1 can be fine, but all of your radio operators share a cooldown, so it's not really worth putting a radio operator in every squad.
So as long as I have 1 in, for example, my sniper, and I use it, then I can just die if I do, and then go to my assault troops, and then at least have engineers in that one then.
Yeah. By the time you make it back to your recon squad, it'll probably be off cooldown. I think it's like a 3-minute cooldown, something like that. But yeah. They get a cooldown buff if they're in a dedicated radio squad.
Alright, let's do this. Shame I missed out really on the, I guess, week thing or a month.
The event.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been nice just to have the extra stuff for you, but you didn't really miss out on a ton.
Collect the button, Drew.
So what do you think of this so far?
It's pretty fun.
It's good. Glad you like it.